I'm ready when you are.
Alright, I'm going to teach you guys how to check your fluids on your vehicle. It's very important because you don't want to run your engine out of oil or stuff like that. And raise your hand if you guys have ever checked fluids or changed oil before. Alright, not very many. When me and my dad were building this Jeep, we finally got the engine in and we're getting ready to fire it. And I forgot to put the drain plug back in. So I mean, imagine a whole paycheck, $60 in oil, all on the floor that you can't reuse.
How do you clean that up?
Lots of cat litter.
So I was going to say cat litter.
So yeah, that was a big waste, and that was all on my fault. So that wasn't good. The first fluid I'm going to teach you guys how to check is your brake fluid. This is your brake booster and caliper. The spring is pretty tight, so I use a screwdriver. And brake fluid is acidic, so it will take paint off. You don't want to let it touch the paint. It's right to the brim. If you guys can't see it, you can come a little bit closer, but that's how it should be. It shouldn't be all the way down here, because then your brakes won't work at all. Alright, the next one I'm going to show you guys is power steering. This makes it easy to turn your wheel around corners and such. We've blown power steering hoses while we're four-wheeling out in the woods, and there's no way to fix it, so you just have to go
What
out.
causes that?
What causes the hose to blow?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're like going up a hill or turning too tight and the hose may be loose, it'll either blow a line or just pop right off. If it pops off, you can put it back on, but if you don't have fluid, it doesn't do you any good. So if it like blows and cracks all down the side, there's really no way to fix it. You just have to go without. I know a buddy who took his power steering pump off because it gave the engine more horsepower, so he just went without power steering.
How does it increase horsepower by not having?
Because there's a pulley on the pump which pumps it, and if you take that off, there's less of an area for the belt to go.
Okay.
So then it's easier on the engine.
How much does it increase about? Do you have any idea?
Depending on the engine, it could be from 10 to 20.
Really?
And if you don't know horsepower, you can definitely feel the difference. On this dipstick, there's a few lines: add and hot, and full when cold. So when the fluid is hot, it'll expand and there will be more in the reservoir. But when it's cold, it'll be lower. So since it's cold right now, I'd want to check it at this line right down here. And when you check it, you don't want to just take it out and look at it, because when it's pumping, it's going everywhere and it'll get all over the dipstick. So you want to take it out and clean it off first and then put it back in. Right now this is all the way up here, so it's past the line. It's really full, and that's my fault because I overfilled it.
Is that a bad thing?
Depending on the situation, it could be. Right now it's not, because it was really low and it was working air out through the pump. When fluid's low and you don't add more soon enough, it'll suck air in, and right down here is the steering box, so that's full of fluid also. And yeah. Right. So many of you guys just pull the windshield wiper thingy and it squirts fluid all over. That's called washer fluid, if you don't know.
Windshield wiper thingy?
Yeah, the
high tech.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at this. And it looks like I'm out, and I don't really care for putting it back in because that's money that I don't have. But on the side of the tank, there should be an add and a low and a full spot. You don't want to overfill it, because
Is yours the same for the front and the back windshield? Do you have one on the back or no?
It technically does have a wiper, but there's no hose and it's
Gotcha.
not hooked up, so I can't even turn on the wiper.
That's always fun with a Jeep when you're taking the top on and off.
Yeah.
So, what is there a special windshield wiper solvent you?
Not really. You can pretty much buy it at any convenience store or gas station.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter what brand you buy. That doesn't matter for us, but oil does. So I'll do oil next. Since we're four-wheeling a lot and we run these engines at high RPMs, we tend to change our oil a lot. So we run full synthetic 10W30. That's just the brand of oil for these type of engines. But you can get full synthetic, half synthetic, or just regular.
What's the big difference?
More lubrication between the pistons and everywhere else. So, usually on the 4 liters, which is what this is, the dipstick for the oil is on the left side, but it could be on either side for the vehicle. So, same thing with the power steering. It's the whole dipstick is dirty because it splashes around in there, so you clean it off. Take it back in and pull it out. And on these, there should be a full and there should be a safe line. So you don't want it below the safe line. Right now it's just at it, so maybe in a week I'll need to add more oil. And there's also an add line that's under the safe. Alright, next is transmission fluid. That is a little bit difficult to check because you have to start the engine. And for that reason, I'm not really sure, but you do. I'm guessing because when it's running, it's pumping up, and you also have to put it in neutral. When it's in park, the flywheel and stuff is all pushed together to hold it from moving. So when you put it in neutral, it moves back so the dipstick can go all the way down and read the level. Do you want me to show you guys how to do that, or no?
Totally up to you.
Alright, I guess I'll show you. When you put it in neutral, make sure you don't put it on a slant, or you could turn your tires like this so it doesn't roll. So this is the transmission dipstick. There's same as the oil. There's a full and an add. Make sure that it's in the safe section because if it's low, it'll mess up your shift ratios. Like if you're going down the road and if you have a automatic transmission, it will shift from first, second, third, fourth, depending on how many speeds your transmission has. But if it's low on fluid, it may shift fast, it may shift slow, so if you're trying to speed up, it may stay in first gear, which is not good. That'll run at high RPMs.
The manual or a
This is an automatic.
automatic?
So right now, it's just below the add line, so when I get home, I'm going to have to add transmission fluid.
I miss my Jeep.
Alright, and the last one I'm going to show you guys is blinker fluid. Most people don't believe it's a real thing, but it actually is. These little pods right here, they're full of water, and they're so full you can't see them shake. So, just believe me on this one. When your blinker fluid's low, go to AutoZone. They'll help you out.
You want your slap now or do you want to wait?
Alright, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks.
Well done. Well done.